Hey, how's it going? How's it going, everybody? Yeah, I was about to say, I hope y'all like our chat about the upcoming Rugrats Secret Lair. We have the inside scoop. It'll be announced in a few weeks. Anyway, we're doing something a little bit out there. Ever since ever since the Black Splash kind of came out, we've tried a light red splash for Magus. It's felt like the light splash is pretty low cost. Um, it's mostly just about whether the return is really worth it. Um, for all that I've been playing against lands an annoying amount, it's kind of like really the only matchup where you really want Magus. It hasn't really been super impressive otherwise. Um, and I figured, these are two pretty good green cards that we could recruit her for that might be good in some matchups. I don't know for sure whether that's gonna really change much, but it seems like it's free enough to try out. I wanted to surprise you with it, honestly. I wanted you to see it live and get to see the original bear. Um, yeah, so Gaddock Teeg is definitely more of the win here. There's uh, there's just like a reasonable amount of stuff that this beats, particularly with the curve or like the cost of the control decks going up so high with Beanstalk. Really good against Fourth Air Lingus. You can't cast a Leyline Binding. You can't cast Force of Will. Um, uh, Obviously good against the Green Sun Zenith, the Natural Order decks. Good against basically any combo deck. A lot of combo decks are based on Beseech the Mirror now, which Gaddock Teeg also stops. So it seems like there's enough stuff here and there that this card might actually be pretty good. Um, I'm less sure about Collector Oof because I think you really only bring it in like two matchups. It's like you'd probably bring it in against 8 cast and other such decks like that, and uh, like Mystic Forge combo. I guess you'd probably bring it in against Painter too. Um, that's about it. I'm less excited about it there, but once you have the green, I feel like trying it out is pretty low cost. Yeah, XJ Claus asking where the grist is at. I declined to play a grist because I'm not. I don't want to go too crazy, just because I want this to be like a pretty low key vibe check for whether or not any of these green cards are worth playing. Um, as much as I want to recruit for a grist and then vial it into play, I will not be doing that tonight. But maybe if these green cards are good enough, we go a little bit further in that direction. I could see us playing a grist, maybe even two. I don't know for sure. Um, I think it's worth trying out, but we're gonna keep it a little bit less. We're gonna keep it a little bit cool, at least for this evening, and I'll probably play a similar list on Sunday as well. Yeah, we are on the slippery slope to Maverick, but don't worry, there will be no Green Sun Zenith Gaddock Teeg Nombos, only Gaddock Teeg and our living weapons, which might be a good prediction for tonight, Katie, if you want to put it up. Will Gaddock Teeg keep us from casting one of our living weapon equipment? Uh, so we're gonna get into it and see how it goes. Ooh, Renegade Rally, that's pretty hot. Why is this minimized? There we go. I did not do that Scryfall search yet. I mostly just started by looking at all of the creatures that are like in Maverick and Depths um, and Cradle decks. I think the only ones that I really remember are like that aren't here are like Sylvan Safekeeper, Outland Liberator, and that's like basically it. And I don't think you want either of those cards. Outland Liberator maybe, but I think probably not. Interesting. So we have 5 1-mana spells. We're on the play. We have Vile, Thoughtseize, and Mom Two Swords. It's really... I'm wondering, like, this might be keepable because we just have enough to do off of 1 mana, but there is the question of, do we fetch a plains to make sure we don't like completely eat dirt to force into wasteland, or do we just go all in and play the scrublands? I feel like we probably... I think we just get plains and we'll cast the Thoughtseize later. We need to draw lands anyway. I feel like it's been a while since I kept a 1-land Vile hand. I usually don't like keeping them, but I think there's enough to do with this hand on 1 mana, even if the Vile doesn't resolve. I think that's the only reason it's really a possibility. But I'm gonna play it safe and go for the plains here. Okay, we are getting forced. Force, pitch, brainstorm. That tells us a big fat nothing. Okay, yep. Ooh. Interesting choice. Not what I wanted, but I'll take it. It's possible I just like shouldn't cast that Mom into a potential Bowmaster turn here. But we will not be getting punished, so. Okay. Volk, Delver again. Okay. And Mom lives. That's pretty neat. Vista, nice. Never didn't have it. Let's see what they got over there. Murktide, Brainstorm, Borrower. So I think I'm pretty happy to take the Murktide, Swords the Delver. I won't let them untap because I could figure out what's on top of their deck with the Delver trigger, but I don't want to let them brainstorm into a counterspell, I don't think. But I think I just keep getting rid of the threats. Brazen Borrower is a pretty inefficient threat, and I've got a Recruiter following this up, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. There we go. Are there even 12 cards in the Delver? I guess there have to be, right? There's so many cards. All right, there's the brainstorm. Nope, nope. It is a is there a brainstorm? There's a brainstorm. Okay. They could have played, or they could have drawn into a daze potentially, but can I really play around that? I can cast another mom, but I don't want to give them all the time in the world. I could see just putting your anime in though. No, I think I just make him have the counter spell. Cool. Now the question is, do we get Solitude or do we get a Stoneforge? I'm leaning towards Stoneforge here. Specifically because they don't have a threat in play. We're not under like any pressure. They have Borrower for any of our equipment, so I'm probably going to get one of the cheaper ones. Although maybe Borrower is a good enough reason to do something else, like a Solitude. I guess probably not, right? It's still just like really good. They also might not have kept the Borrower, but as of now, they've only spent. They only got rid of. They drew into one of the cards they put back with the Brainstorm, so Brazen Borrower would have had to have been the worst out of like the 4 cards that they had at that point, which seems pretty unlikely. Borrower is one of their better cards in the matchup, so. It would. Swarm would be pretty sick, huh? I mean, obviously, I wouldn't tutor for it without the lands to cast it, but 4 1/1s clear out the graveyard so they can't Murktide seems pretty good, honestly. They don't shuffle off of the Ponder. And then they pass. That's got pretty big Borrower energy. It could also be a Bowmaster. That's an annoying land to draw. I think the possibility of Bowmaster makes me not want to attack with the Recruiter. What they might actually be doing is using Borrower to tap the Mom and then using Bowmaster to kill it after that. Nope, force, pitch a Borrower. Okay. Then I will just cast Mom then. Still won't attack because of... Okay, I just didn't have it. Oh, yeah, sickos. Yeah, get me, get me, get me! Nice. A lot of Mother runes, huh? One of those probably would have been a Canoptic Scarab Swarm. Menagerie. I'm finally getting back to the Liberators. 3 green, 3/2 trample. It's pretty good Liberator. Oh, and melee. Oh, okay, that's where the melee question came from. Got it, got it. So it's basically a 4/3. I mean, that's unbeatable. 4/3 trample, no less. What's a Bowmaster going to do about that? Is this the Bowmaster? Okay. All right. What do you target? Target me. That's fine. I feel like you've got to at least make one of the moms. Huh. That's weird. Okay. I'm going to get a Stone Forge for the same reason as... well, I do have to be wary of Murktide being a terrifying top deck. Maybe I just get Solitude because I'm super stable on the board anyway. I wish I was... If I was closer to casting the Yorion, then I would be happy to get a Stone Forge. But since I'm not really close to it, I'm less into it. I actually don't mind Wisp as like kind of a catch-all here. You can use Wisp to reuse one of the recruiters. Whilst what I can do is like Wisp a recruiter to get Solitude, which will at least have put a creature into play that can block a Murktide, which is essentially an answer with 2 moms in play. My opponent said they'll be right back, so got a second to just hang out with chat. How's it going, everybody? Y'all having a good weekend? Good evening. I really need the weekend, apparently. What a week, huh? There we go. So Murktide here is fine. There aren't really that many scary things they can do. Yeah. Nice. I'll take that. I also now feel, with another land in play, I feel a bit better with the Stone Forge also. Just because this Yorion is looking better and better. Stone Forge. Okay. Yeah, here I would tutor for a Scarab Swarm for sure. That's what, 1, 2... I guess it's still surprisingly only 4. You'd expect to get more insects off of it, but like nuking their graveyard here would still be great because it would essentially answer all of their scary threats until the end of time. So, I was gonna say they do have 5 card types, so a Sash here isn't gonna do a whole lot on its own, but Wisp can block it. So, Wastelands, I'll take it. Let's see what happens with Stoneforge first. Cool. We don't have to worry about Brazen Borrower anymore. I guess they could have a second, but like the one that we did know about is gone forever. I don't know. It feels like literally any of these is like kind of backbreaking. I think I'll just get Sash because if I just spend 4 mana eating their graveyard over and over again, I'm not sure they can like ever actually beat that. We are not aiming for a legendary 05. I'm not saying it won't happen. That is not our goal though. I'd love to 5-0. It's been a long time since I got a trophy. I'm happy to cast this here because it'll force out any it probably has to eat a Force of Will, so if you have to buy a Savannah and a promo Teeg for Eternal Weekends, you'll be hearing from my lawyer. I'll be hearing from your lawyers. Well, I mean, you started all the splash business, so I don't know. There's a lot of scrublands out there litigating against you already. Alright, yeah, they scoop. On the bright side, foil Gaddock Teegs are not very expensive. I think they're only like 15 bucks. Something like that. Alright. Boarding's pretty easy. Nothing changes. The green splash is not for this matchup. But neither is the red splash, so that's kind of even. Savannas are expensive, but the 2 cards you play with are... their cards you're splashing with are going to be relatively inexpensive. I have no idea what Collector Roof is, but I feel like it's probably not that much. Most decks only need 1, so... Nice, there you go. What was the promo oof? I thought it was just the set foil. This hand's a little bit slow, but it has really good cards, so I'm happy to keep. Oh, there's a secret layer. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, not being able to play Port is a huge bummer. They're just in my binder now. It's so sad. Is this a Dragon's Rage Channeler? It sure is. Port is a very fun card to play with, you know, for me, not for anybody else, but at least for me.
Sorry if this doesn't work.
That's alright. Let's see. 1 drop? No. Plains is okay though. I'll just play the fetch and pass. Another DRC. Brainstorm. Okay. Well, these DRCs are online on turn 2. This Battle of Bywater needs to resolve something fierce. So hopefully Stoneforge gets out counter magic and not removal. It's possible I'm supposed to just Solitude one of these, but I'm not really sure what I'm pitching is the problem. And I think I would rather wait until a Stoneforge eats counter magic before I do that. What I might really want to do is it probably is Wisp. It's just like Wisp can also block these. I don't know. Well, that would have been cool if they were 1/1s. Sash is actually a pretty good card to get here. Only need one. Next turn I can turn them both off. That might not last for long, but we'll see. Yeah, Jax, is that how you feel? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but he's been in a mood today. He just doesn't know which side of whether he wants to be in or out of. Null Rod is kind of a bummer. I'll let them surveil. I think in that case, all Solitude now pitching the Sash. I'll let them surveil first, but keep a card on top. Okay. Okay, Force is getting cast. That's good for me. Force pitches Murktide. Oh man. Okay. Oh, you heard it over stream. Okay, yeah. Okay. If they had a Daze, they would have cast it. We're gonna be okay. Although I'm really upset that this Null Rod means we can't actually crack this food token. Hey Mishra, good morning to you. Literally the only 2 times I've gotten food off of Battle of Bywater in my life, Null Rod was in play both times. I'm like kind of upset about it. Also, like of course, immediate third DRC. Glad to at least they've been to Delver too. Okay. Let's see. Like Scarab Swarm just always perfect, right? Yeah, I'm. That's where I was heading. JR, I think that is exactly what we want to do. That was the other thing I was thinking of, is just keep them off of black, but I think when they're drawing um blind off the top, it's probably better to just assume the top card of their deck isn't Bowmaster. Oh cool. That's a card I can kill with Bowmaster. Let's go. I assumed it was going to be a Brainstorm, and then it wasn't. Cool story, I know. Alright, this feels very good. If we draw another land here, then I'm going to waste the sea. This isn't a land, but it's the kind of thing that makes me feel better about wasting. It's possible that just holding up the second Bowmaster here is better than putting Yorion in hands, but I think I would rather use more of my mana now, I think. Cool. At least it's not a Brainstorm, but yeah, it's not good for them. They did not shuffle off the Ponder. Expressive Iteration. That's an interesting card to cast. I'll take it. Okay. And there. Yep, cool. All right. Good start. I think it's the first league in like my past 7 that I didn't lose the first match. So Chylith, what is wrong with you? Why are you like this? Gaddock Teeg is in fact in the deck. We'll see if he comes up. Hope he does. Reprint Dark Ritual, huh? Well, that's a vibe. Sure, this hand's fine. Yeah, Coin Man, that was part of what I was feeling. Like the fourth as a finisher in control decks has felt not like, certainly not unbeatable, but like not as comfortable as I would like. That's certainly part of my reason. Although I weirdly still have yet to actually play against like the Beans version of the deck. I've just played against like Jessica and 4-color enough between when fourth got printed in Beans to have some experience there. But Islands. Shuko. Okay. I did not need the third Stone Forge, but I certainly know what I'm pitching to this Solitude. I mean, hopefully it's not just like Shuko into Illusionist with Force backup. We'll see. Oh, Staff. Yeah, I can deal with Staff. Whatever. Yeah, I think I have seen Staff in Breakfast, but not since Bowmaster was printed. I haven't seen much Breakfast at all since Bowmaster was printed for not super surprising reasons. Yeah, I'm just casting Stoneforge. I'm good at GT. I will take it. This upcoming turn, I'm likely to just pass with mana up to either put in Sash or Jite, depending on whether they are able to try to combo off or not. Okay. Interesting. So I think actually here I have to Skyclave the Nomads. So Skyclaving the Nomads means that we can still use Solitude as a way to interact. Although I guess, right, because if we can't, if we leave both of these in play, Solitude no longer matters, and we're leaning basically purely on one Sash activation being good enough. Which, like, maybe it is. Is it good enough? Oh my god, Jax. I'm not sure if one Sash activation is enough, but it probably is. So I think I'm just gonna pass. Jax is really being a menace today. I do not know what his problem is. Yeah, I guess the leaning on Sash is only bad if they If they have Oracle in hand, then we just lose, which is the only concern. But that doesn't happen very often, so all right, step through. I assume for illusionist here. Yeah. Um, this attack just seems wrong, right? I can block with Stoneforge. It forces the Nomad to die. I can put in the Sash, and then I have Sash. We're back to Sash and Solitude together, both having 2 layers of interaction here. Yeah, this seems really good for me. And we can Jite the turn after that. Oh, no, sorry. I thought Nomads worked the other way around, so never mind. So Nomads will still live. I always think Nomad works the other way around for some reason. It kind of is, right? We don't have to worry about Oracle from hand because we only have 3 mana. Another staff, sure. So I could sacrifice the Sash to get GT counters. I don't think I want to do that because it means that it makes Teferi a lot better against me right now than I want it to be. So I think I'm just going to oh yeah, actually maybe sacrificing the Solitude to get counters makes sense. No, that's definitely right. Yeah, I should have thought of that. I'm just like so yeah, we're doing this. Was this right, actually? This might have been too aggressive. Yeah, I guess that I should probably evaluate whether we can beat 5th lands to Fairy Illusionist anyway. Because that's what I'm afraid of, but you're probably right that we don't really have a way. Force pitch illusionist. So now we're golden. Okay, cool. I will eat. No, I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm just gonna keep the mana up. Yeah, the safe line is Skyclave, Shuko, Salt Illusions. Yeah, for sure. Staffs are doing staff things. Mm-hmm. Alright, now I can eat stuff from my yard to get big. They're certainly losing this race as it is. Let's see. So do I bother Skyclaving the Shuko at this rate? I feel like probably not, since we don't have removal anyway. So I'm probably just gonna Stoneforge, maybe Wasteland their Tundra. Stoneforge will get Cauldra at this rate. Then I'll have two more mana up. Yeah. Might be an argument for putting this Vial into play, over holding up 2 mana. I'll play it safe. Especially because it's 4, 5, 6. They'll be close to dead next turn. If they crack a fetch, then we'll have exact lethal, which will change things for them. That's a little annoying, but I mean, I guess okay, that's really why I wanted to get them off of another white source as a potential third staff, because they always have third staffs. Okay. I don't have to worry about tapping out here, right? Because they could mill their deck at instant speed, but that's not going to do anything because they can't actually put Oracle into play. Everything they do after that is sorcery speed. Solitude. Interesting. Annoying that this Saga token is going to be like a 5/5, which really means like a 7/7. Interesting. I really hope that doesn't mean that they just drew the Oracle and now we're dead. That's possible. Well, I guess we'll see. I don't think I really care about the therapy, do I? They probably only name Solitude, or they probably only name Plow. Is there a reason we don't just Solitude anyway? Like once the therapy is on the stack, it actually means that like this is going to stay on the stack for the whole time that like they go if they want to go any further, which means that like yeah, I think this just works. Did we want to Solitude at the start of all of this? Um, the answer to that, I think, is maybe. I guess, yeah. I don't care. I guess I can. The first Narcomoeba is probably free to eat, right? Yeah. All right, 2 Arms Chance, Retrofitter Foundry. It's looking more and more like the last card in their hand is, in fact, Thassa's Oracle. Now I let these come into play. Um, and if they top deck Thoracle, that is what the... I guess that's what the Solitude on our turn would have solved. So maybe that was just the right play. Yep. Top deck Thoracle it was. Yeah, I think since we kind of identified... I think we really should have identified that was the only way they could win is if they top deck Thoracle and then mill and just killed the Illusionist on our turn, probably. That sucks. Feels like the game was like super winnable and we just definitely messed up somewhere. These cards are good. I don't think I want either of these. Collector Oof is like okay, but not great. Kind of a nombo with our Jite. Opposition Agent is good enough. I'm not sure about this Oof. Let's see what we're cutting. We're cutting the Batterskull. We're cutting Thalia's. What else? It's always hard to sideboard in this matchup because most of our deck is good against them. I think I'm not going to find room for this Oof. And I just need one more cut. It could be Wisp. Wisp isn't the best in this matchup. Usually want your cards to either definitely be removal or definitely be disruptive in some way, and Wisp is kind of neither. So I think this works. I guess is Oof better than a Wisp by that logic? I guess I should say yes because they have staff. They have staff in their deck, in addition to Shuko and other things. I think that's enough. We still have one Wisp if we ever need it, but Wisp usually doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, but at least we can choose when it turns those off, right? Or maybe we can't. I do not love this hand. I am not into it. I'm going to mulligan. This hand is better. It's not great, but it's better. I'll keep it and I'll bottom up planes, I guess. Oh, opponent is mulling to 5 actually. I don't know if I would do a 5 over this. Bowmaster on the play against a deck that has like literally nothing but X1s. I do not think this is close to stone unplayable. I don't think it's amazing, but I think this hand is perfectly fine. I just don't think the word bad would even come close to my brain when looking at this hand. I think this hand is not great, but I think it's fine to good. Didn't really want to draw another lance, but it happens. Do I just cast this Bowmaster? This feels like a Bowmaster of their own, so I'm feeling like I probably just accept that they are going to do that. Okay, please, fewer lands. We did see their whole deck. They did not have Bowmasters. Should have thought of that. They could have boarded him in, but that seems like a really weird sideboard card to have. Alright. Opposition agent is at least another thing to do. What is going on over there? I'm just going to cast it. It does give them the opening to do that, but as it is, I don't have anything that's going to pressure them to cast the Brainstorm anyway, so I think that's fine. They did have Mystic Sanctuary in their deck, so they could Sanctuary back a cantrip if they want to, but they do not want to. And that makes sense, actually, because, yeah, a Wasteland here would be pretty bad for them. Okay. Agent's coming into play. Feels likely it's going to get swords or something. Yeah, okay. I can live with that. Please stop giving me lands. Alright, now I'll cast this. I'm sure I'm going to cast this, and they're just going to play both halves and kill me. But that is probably the right thing to do. I think that casting this Bowmaster was probably a mistake. Sanctuary 4. I think me casting Bowmaster there was probably just getting impatient from all the lands I was drawing and not actually. And I agree. I should not. Basically, as soon as I put it on this deck, I was like, I probably shouldn't have done this, should I? They did Sanctuary for Swords to Plowshares. Which I'm kind of okay with. Staff, okay. Well, I know I'm getting at least something with this Thoughtseize. Swords and force. The force of will is more likely to cause problems than the swords, I think. Yeah, I'll take the force. And also, while we're on this low resources, I think this is right to just Skyclave the staff. Deny any more cards. Sure. Yeah, I'm just casting it all. Now that I have no interaction, I just gotta clock him. Interesting thought, Trilith. Can you explain how you think the next couple turns would go if we do that play? Okay. I like that. That is true. That would be pretty good. It would be pretty funny. I will take that damage. This is lethal, so I'm going to present it. All right, what do you got after that? Do you have the third swords, or the fourth swords? No, they do not. Cool. Okay, we probably got out of that one, and we shouldn't have. But let's see. We'll just play this third game perfectly. I'm not sure if I'd keep this with the fetch lands, but I'd at least think about it. But no, that's a bad one. This hand is hot. Yeah, we're keeping this one. Probably bottoming the second surgical. Yeah. Opponent's mulling to 4. Uh-oh. I'm not. I really don't like Wisp in this matchup very much. I think that first game where they top decked the Thoracle was the first game ever that my opponent threatened to make a Saga token in this matchup. I think it's literally never happened otherwise for me, because the game's just never about that. Well, Solitude plus Surgical should be good enough against. Oh, they can't even cast. Or no, they can. Why did I think Illusionist was double blue? No, they can definitely try to do it. All right. Well, I'm going to Bowmaster this Illusionist and Surgical it. What a set of cards to mill, too. Oh, they do have one in their hand. Oh, I hope they didn't draw it. I mean, I hope they did, but just the one Thoracle, the 3 Saga. Yeah, this looks pretty normal. I'll save that for Urza Saga, because this is a game where I could see Saga tokens actually mattering. Oh, another land. Oh, I'm winning.
They haven't conceded?
No. They can technically win.
Alright, so we have a Wawa drink for good environmental storytelling.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You should do Enchant Walter on stream before midnight.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Alright.
What is this drink? It is really good, but I can't place what the flavor is. Yeah, Katie's gonna have to say. It looks green, so I thought it was matcha, but it's not quite matcha. It definitely has those grassy flavors, but it's a little bit different. I'll get the green source out just in case. Oh, I'm gonna attack first. It's definitely tart. It's a little creamy, and it definitely has a little bit of the sort of grassy vegetal flavors that I associate with matcha. And it's also very clearly green. I don't know if the light will be good. Okay, yeah, it's green. Oh, you even asked for my snobby food critic decision, and I was kind of giving that on accident. Emerald matcha with cold foam. Interesting. Pass. passion fruit. Yep, yep, that is passion fruit. Yep. Yeah, they put real emeralds in the drink. Ouch, ouch, owie. Deck really loves giving me lands in this match so far. Oh my god, deck. Please, please calm down. In all fairness, obviously they flooded pretty badly too. So, ooh, this is... That's an unfortunate one for them. Obviously, they have to. Like, if they wait one more turn, then Brainstorm is actually dead as opposed to just they only have one more turn. Nice Staff of the Storyteller. I love that they had to not actually answer the Bowmaster, so the staff is still functionally blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. That's all too is probably unnecessary, but whatever. I did it. Can't undo it. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Match 3, let's go. Yeah, I think I played those first 2 games of that match pretty sloppy, but worked out in the end. What do we got here? Well, that's not keepable. This is better. I'll keep him bottom the Savannah. See, one of the better things we can do. Mom in a Stoneforge. And Mom on taps. Well, let's see if Stoneforge lives. Or I'll cast the Thalia first to bait out answers. What is going on? Oh, got it. That's what's happening. Can I afford to... no, I don't think I can. I think I just take it. I really need an actual removal spell or something. No, just another Stoneforge. Annoying. And this time they have the Force. That is really bad. Okay, we might just be dead then. Now you're going to cast the fire and kill both my creatures. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the hands you have that just don't have any removal just sometimes get punked by rhinos, and that's how it goes. We want all of these. I tend to like some number of surgical. I don't want too many because usually the first rhinos is easy to beat, and if you just make sure they can't cast any of them after that, then things are easy peasy. I don't love Cauldra because you usually just get Batter Skull basically always. Teeg doesn't do anything. Goof doesn't do anything. None of these really do anything. Deafening Silence like technically turns off a Violent Outburst as a Cascader, but that's not actually like good. So I think I usually trim a Skyclave because they basically only have one Skyclave target in their deck, and it's usually like 2-ish Minskin Boos, and that's it. And we have a lot of ways to deal with Minskin Boo that, like, notably Caracas, we don't have to worry about it getting wastelanded ever. We still have the Solitudes, Moms, creatures in play, stuff like that. So I usually trim a Skyclave. GT is like medium minus because it's so mana intensive, but I think you still keep it. Sash doesn't really do anything though. Lauren only kills. It's basically the same problem as Skyclave, but worse. This matchup usually goes pretty fast, so I'm usually trimming a land because I just want to make sure that I have as much action as possible. Let's try to find a cut for like one more surgical, maybe. Bowmasters is like not that great. Doesn't actually answer anything. Did I board out? Oh, I had already boarded out the Cauldron. That's what it is. So I guess I'll keep the Bowmaster in maybe. Or do I just want the third surgical? I feel like the third surgical is probably too many. I wish I remembered what I did the last time I played against this matchup, but this feels okay. This works. At least we have Recruiter as removal. And we have Caracas for the stupid card. Minskin Boo, if they have one. But hopefully they don't turn one Cascade and they have to like Fury the Mom and other things. We'll see. Nice. Mom lives. Another Recruiter is nice. See if the Stoneforge does resolve, so that's cool. I will get a Batter Skull. A lot of thinking going on over there. Is this, yep. It is, in fact, a Shardless Agent. Do we see anything out of the ordinary here? No, I see a Force of Vigor. I see Fury. Yeah, all very normal things. I should check to see if, okay, there is, yeah, I do see at least one Minsc Imbu. They also went over they went over 3 Shardless Agents, and 1, 2, 3. They notably cascaded over 6 other Cascaders, which means that there's only one of them could be in their hands, which is kind of meaningful, at least. I'm just going to pass, put in Batter Skull. May or may not give it pro green. I'll have to think about that. I'm not giving it pro green if they're not attacking. That's really good for me. If Rhinos is not attacking, you've basically won. Obviously, we'll see what goes from here. Things can change, but that's definitely a very good sign. I'm going to play the Wasteland just to minimize the damage I'm dealing to myself. I'm just going to recruit a Wisp. Wisp does a lot for us in multiple ways. It lets us attack with the Batter Skull. It lets us and reset it. It lets us. It's a removal spell for a Rhino token. Wisp just does a lot in this matchup. Okay. What did they? They've pitched Outburst to Force of Vigor on the Batter Skull. Okay. That makes sense. That screams like another Violent Outburst, maybe. I can safely put the Stone Forge in front of that because I'm not gonna. Stoneforge is done what it needs to. I think so it's 4, 5, 6. That would be 8 damage. If they Violent Outburst, it's 11. Hey, Phoenix Icon. Hope I got that. I hope I got that right. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna block like this. And I think I am going to give pro green because it's just 2 fewer damage every turn at this rate, and I think that actually matters a bit. It's bad against like a Fury or a Fire, but if they do that, that's okay because those cards are going to be really hard for me to play around for forever. So of course they have force. So now we kind of just really need to draw a white card so we can recruit for a solitude. Um, can go like that. Another land also works because that means we can recruit for a wisp, although our prospects after that don't look great. Yeah. But not really anything else to do. I have to block with at least 2 creatures, so I'm going to block with the Bowmaster and the Wisp to trade. Or they have that and we're just dead. Okay, I guess sometimes that happens with Rhinos. They just draw the right cards and you die. Okay. We're going to do a fun midstream diversion. If you haven't played this game, it's called Enchant Worldle. If you've probably heard of Wordle, you know, back in the like 2 years ago when it was getting pretty popular. This is like that, but for Magic cards. You might be wondering how that works. When we put in a card, you'll pick up on it pretty quickly. JR has given us a starting card as soon as it loads, if it does. I usually do it on my phone, so this is going to be my first time actually doing it on desktop. Hello? I'm establishing a secure connection. I don't think so. Give me a second. That's the one I wanted. What's going on in that console over there? Got anything? You're just looking for the logo? But the logo's right there. What's going on? It's not even loading in incognito. What's going on? Well, I'll bring it over if it loads, but that sucks. Well, if you didn't load it, then obviously I was next, Trilith, so you ruined it. Let's see if I can load it in Firefox. I would love to play first. This hand works. This hand's good. Opponent is mulling to 6. Looks like I also can't load it in Firefox. That is very weird. Strash Daddy, hey, what's up? Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hey Harry, how's it going? Yeah, Teeg for sure. It hasn't come up yet, unfortunately, but we'll see what happens in this match. Plains, Swords to Plowshares. Okay. That what's going on? Okay. Grief resolves. It took forever, but it does look like Enchant World did finally load, so we'll do that after this match. Yeah, Rector Fit makes sense. That's kind of where my head was at. Reanimate on the Grief. Yeah. I guess I probably should have flashed that in. I think I meant to hit go to my end step and accidentally F6'd. This Bowmaster doesn't feel like it's going to do a whole lot, though, so I think I'm just going to ping them and then double block. And if they have removal, so be it. I don't think either of these cards are very valuable. Cool. I'm not going to put Yorin in my hands for a while at this rate. I really want to make sure it doesn't just get yoinked by a Grief or something. This doesn't seem like a wasteland deck, but I'll play around it while I can. This seems like a pretty good spot for Recruit for Stoneforge for Sash. I could also recruit the Sash. Just go straight to the Sash as a possibility. That leaves the mana open this turn specifically, although I'm not sure how much that matters. When they're just passing with a bunch of mana up. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for all of it because it'll just make my Yorion better later. Obviously, I could have gotten a different equipment, but like, if they're playing Rector Fit, Sash is going to protect me. Like, they're playing a Troll Reanimate Grief deck. They likely have Rector in their deck too. I think Sash is one of the best things that we could have. Right, Palantir. This does. God, okay. Alright. They scry 2, and then I either have them draw a card or they mill 1. Right? They mill 1 card and I will lose life equal to its cost. I will have them not draw a card. Sure. It definitely has too many words. That is for sure. I'm going to eat all their creatures. I'm going to leave 1 mana open for like Rector nonsense. Because I'll have lethal next turn regardless. I think this time, rather than mill 2, I guess I'll see if they put 2 on the bottom, so they're milling blind. I think I'm just going to let them draw 1 card here. Although I guess yeah, that's kind of what I'm afraid of. I will let them draw. I think the only reason to think about it is that this is like the last turn where we can realistically like even think about letting them draw. So I just wanted to think about that. These cards are good. This card seems good. Assuming their Rector opposition agent is good, surgical is good. I don't want to go too hard in this direction though, because they are just like a Grief Troll reanimate deck also, so we can't go crazy. GT doesn't look good. Bowmaster doesn't look very good. The rest of the deck mostly looks fine. Do we want Teeg? We don't want Teeg, right? We saw Palantir, but that's like probably it for Lauren, so we can probably board her out. And then I get less sure. Yeah, obviously there's those interplanar beacons that are just hiding in their deck somewhere. That's the right card, right? The one that it's like an ancient tomb, but only for planeswalkers. Makes any color mana. Um, I guess we just board out Thalias. This seems all right. Yeah, who would ever do that? Only an idiot. This hand is pretty slow. It's sort of weak to grief, but also mulliganing is weak to grief. And my opponent is mulling to 6 here. I think we can do better. This hand's fine. Bottoming the Vista because we need Mesa to fetch. We need Mesa to fetch the black to get a scrub land so we can cast Thoughtseize Judgment. And I want the Wasteland just to slow things down if, you know, the dust settles and we still don't have any pressure for him. Yeah, Bone Shards. Yeah, definitely a Rector deck. No question about it. Yeah. Do I even cast this Thalia, or do I just want to make sure I can Judgment this Grief? Please let me draw something else to cast. Nope. Ugh. I think I'm just passing, so I Judgment the... So I can Judgment the Grief. And it might honestly be better turn 4 if I needed to cast the... Needed to evoke a Solitude. Well, that's better. Because now I can save this Judgment for Troll or something else. It's scary if they suddenly upgrade this to a 4/4, but I think there's too many things that are a problem. Yeah. It's upgraded to a 4/4. I probably have to Judgment it, but I also have a lot of other cards I could draw, so. Maybe I'll just Wisp it. We'll see. No. It's not bad, though. If we just go Thalia, Stoneforge for Sash again, yeah, that's probably worse than... Is that just worse than Judgmenting this now? think it is worse. I think I'm supposed to just cast my 2-drops here. And I'm going to get Sash for the same reasons that I got it last time. The living weapons here are a little bit more enticing because of the 4/4, but I think we just need to make sure. And I also wish I had like another white source in play, but I think we just have to make sure that Rector and Reanimate stop being cards. I'm tempted to just chump with Thalia, but that's probably wrong. I'll have better blocks next turn. I guess I could chump with Stoneforge and put Sash in. That's at least somewhat realistic. Yep, there's the Rector. Other planes is nice. Yeah, I think I'm just passing here. That's kind of a bummer. But just not a whole lot to do about it. I'll Stoneforge in the Sash at least. Say goodbye to Council's Judgment. At least I also have the mana or have the freedom to do this. I'll Sash the Troll. That is really good. I think I just Swords the Grief play Thalia. Could even potentially Wasteland after that. Swords Grief, play Thalia. We still have Caracas open to either bounce Thalia or eat something with Sash. Waste the Scrub. Yeah, it also, if they, Palantir wouldn't be castable, which is a way that they could kind of break this board open. Although I guess with Thalia, if they have a land Palantir, could be a thing. I'm tempted to just block bounce again. Oh no, I can't let the mana go. So I think I just have to live with Stoneforge dying for a potential Yorion later. I think this is the turn where we just let it go. Yeah, exactly. It'll feel very foolish if we just die to Rector for no reason, basically. Well, that's pretty nice. So I could put Sash onto Thalia to block for this turn. I can then bounce Thalia if I need a white card for Solitude for some reason. And that feels better than putting Yorion in my hands because, yeah, it also protects Sash. I like that Because I think the big problem with putting Yorin in my hand this turn is that it's the exact same board as last time, essentially, because I still don't want to block with Sash, except I don't have the Stoneforge to trump with, so. They have their own recruiter. That makes sense, and it's kind of terrifying. Wonder if they're going to get a grief here. Rector doesn't really do much. I feel like it's probably got to be grief. Maybe they have something else cooler than that, but oh. Well, that's worse. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So the Sash is not long for this world. Recruiter, huh? If only we could draw a port. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, this is a tough spot. I think man, this is not great. We can recruit for Stoneforge Wisp. Opposition agent potentially. I don't hate opposition agent actually. It'll protect us from Rector, protects us from follow-up recruiters. We don't have to worry about getting Rectored next turn because they have to spend 3 mana on the Lauren and they won't be able to cast like a Rector enabler through the Thalia. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. And I think in a perfect world, I just draw a land for Solitude next turn. I am very sad. Probably doing this. Well, no, I think I have to do this and just let the recruiter go. because I can't afford to like bounce Thalia and let them cast like a Cabal Therapy. I guess if it's a therapy, I could like Solitude the Rector in response, but that feels pretty bad. So. I can bounce the Thalia to pitch it to Solitude. Well, that's not the 5th land I wanted to draw, but it is a 5th land I can draw. So I guess I'll take it. I guess, do we just Solitude the Illusion so that we don't have to worry about dying? We're then vulnerable to a Rector Enabler. It's when it dies, you may exile it. So we would have to cast the agents before. Actually, wait. Let me double check Minskaboo. Yeah, it is different from Minsk. It's not a reflexive trigger. So I guess maybe what we can do here is we can block the illusion with Thalia, bounce it, play opposition agent, something like that. I'm not sure. I feel like if we just cast this Solitude, we kind of have to hit the illusion. I guess maybe we don't have to. It's just that this is really tricky. If we don't hit the illusion, then yeah, we could do that. Yeah, I guess I think that makes sense to me. Yeah, I don't think that we're. Yeah, I think we're always losing to Plow anyway. But I agree that I think that's the best way that we can get through this attack step without dying, but also not putting this Rector in danger of actually doing anything. That's an interesting block. Or interesting attack. So they don't attack with Lauren. So I guess we still just do opposition agent on the Rector. We can think about blocking the illusion with Thalia here. I think we probably do, just to be safe. Yeah. Ooh, that's, yep. That we could have beaten. Well. Yeah. Okay. They could have. Yep. Never mind. We couldn't beat that. Just kidding. I don't think we're changing anything about this. I think most of what we had was right. I was thinking about whether we want GTA. I'm not sure what we cut though. It's the main problem. Yeah, I can get behind over Athalia. Yeah. As a treat, huh? Who's the treat for? Um, yeah, Stoneforge for Sash. We got Batterskull if they don't do much else. This hand seems fine. And my opponent is mulling to 5. A very quick mull from 6 to 5 also. Happy to see Cavern of Souls first, because that means we're not getting scammed. Ooh, well, I feel like it has to be right to cast that next turn, right? Yeah, alright. Palantir is a 3 mana spell, so Teeg doesn't even hit that. I think there's actually just 0 cards that Teeg hits. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Well, I am pretty happy to take that recruiter. Although that Cabal Therapy is really annoying, actually. Um, I think we do gamble. I think that's right because even if they do draw a land to cast their recruiter, we can just Thoughtseize what they recruit for, and at least like they have to spend this grief or the recruiter to therapy us for ultimately the battle because they don't know about the second Thoughtseize. So yeah, we'll take the therapy. Yeah, and I think they're only therapying if they draw the land for the recruiter anyway. The therapy, using the grief on the therapy here seems pretty bad. I guess maybe they'll do it. They will. I guess they're probably forced to do it because if they just let us cast the battle, that's the same thing. So, well, that's not quite them drawing a land. So, I'll take it. Interesting. So I think now we can just Skyclave the grief. Um, maybe that's wrong. There's, yeah, we should just battle. Make sure that the therapy is always blind. Yeah. I was just thinking like, oh, what if they reanimate the troll? In which case, I guess they got it. Is the answer. And yeah, that's a good point. That they do also need this therapy around for Rector, which is probably what they're going to recruit here on one card. Yep. Yeah, I'll take a Holly in play. Works for me. Yeah, please top deck Rector. Please. This is definitely a turn for casting Vial. I will take it. Oh no. Skyclave on my Vial, probably. Yeah. Bummer. So I'm definitely attacking with Thalia. This is probably a turn I'm putting Yorion in my hands. Yeah. No reason to yeah, I guess that's true. I was thinking I wanted to keep the Caracas up, but not really even that valuable, is it? Certainly not as valuable as the potential to draw another lands. Another swords isn't bad though. Is this a bowmaster? No, opposition agent. Um, I mean, I guess I can swords that. I'm finally gonna have food tokens matter. I'm so excited. Trilith, don't. Don't. It's fine if they have Null Rod. We have the Skyclave for it. Or something. Sure. Okay. Therapy. This is taking the Yorion. Yep. What is this? Containment Priest. Sure. Um, I guess Priest blocks the Stone Forge and I just let that happen. This is probably where I'm gonna Skyclave something. I'll Skyclave the Containment Priest. Just if they remove it, they'll get a smaller creature. Well, that's a bummer. Oh, I should have done this while Thalia was still in play. But probably fine. Lands please, lands please. Nice. Okay. Gotta go fast, gotta go fast. Getting rid of this grief because it's annoying to block. Deal. I was just thinking, I just need like something to break the parity on the board, so like any equipment other than Cauldron would be good. Oh, GTA. Oh, right. Sash and Batterskull were long since griefed away too, so GTA was like the best draw, I think. Another Solitude, I guess, would have also been good. Yeah, good thing. Thalia would have been pretty bad here. Is it bone shards? Is that what's happening here? Is it bone shards? No, we're saying if we drew this GTA would have been a Thalia, is what we're saying. No, you should not. Sure. You got me. They named Surgical. That's a little troubling, but nothing to do about it, really. Yeah, do we have anything to deal with this therapy if their last card is Rector? It looks like the answer is no, so I think we just take a Solitude. Alright, cool. It was not. Phew. Alright. Take a quick break before the last match and do a good old Enchant Worldle. I was trying to do this earlier, but basically, I explained a little bit earlier. If you have seen Wordle, this is like Wordle but for Magic cards. That's actually, yeah, being able to cast Stoneforge there is actually pretty important against their stupid Planeswalkers. JR wanted me to start with Thalia. If you haven't seen Wordle, then just watch. Cool. All right, so we started with Thalia. We see a bunch of things here. What we can see here is this mana value. This is basically showing like this card. We're trying to guess a card in Magic, and we have to follow the clues that we get based on the things that we submit and whether or not they match the one card that Enchant Worldle thinks that it wants us to guess. We can see the mana value is 2, but there it's yellow pointing up. That means that if we there's like a rules page that shows it, but I'm just going to explain it. That means it's either 3 or 4. We know it's rare, we know it's not white, and we know it is either legendary or a creature, but it is not a human or soldier. It is also later than Dark Ascension. So like here's an example of a card that we could go to next. Thunderbreak Regent is a 4 mana rare red creature. Yeah, it is not white or a human soldier. Now we know it's 4 mana. It is definitely a creature, and it's after Dragons of Tarkir. See how this goes. You get closer and closer until you eventually get it. It is also not a dragon. Well, we just played against a ton of it, so we can go all the way up to Grief, another 4 mana creature. Oh, I'm dumb. Grief is mythic. But now we've learned more. It is now in the past 2 years, which makes it way harder. It's also not black, so it's blue, green, colorless. Some combination of those. I really hate when it's 2021 and later, because I just know the card's way worse. Undermountain Adventure is a great one. So okay, so now we see that the set is yellow. That means that we're in the right year, but it's earlier than Baldur's Gate in 2022. So that's from like Neo. It could be from Neo. Could be from Neon. Could be from Neon Dynasty. Could be from New Capenna. It's blue, or it could weirdly be a non-artifact colorless creature potentially. That's uncommon, but it is literally possible. This is usually around where I would get into Scry Falling to figure out the answer, but I'll give it like a couple more minutes. Oh, is there a New Capenna clone? That would make sense. That sounds legendary, Chylith. Yeah, it can't be. It is only blue or colorless. Something operative, you say? Futurist operative sounds like a. Or no, I guess that sounds more like a Neon Dynasty card than Capenna. Undercover operative. There you go. Thanks for your help, chat. And yeah, that's the whole game. There's a new card every day. It's like I said, it's annoying when it's anything from like 2021 and later. It gets way harder, and there's just like so much. There's just like literally so many sets. It's absurd. But it's a fun game. I like doing it every morning. But I hadn't done it yet today, so thanks, chat. Yeah, that's the idea. That's what Wordle did at first. It's like, shut. What Wordle was every day there was a 5-letter word that you had to guess, and it was the exact same thing except just letters. So you'd put in a valid 5-letter word, and it would be like, for each of the letters, it would be it. I think Wordle still exists. It's just like not as popular. That as it was like at its peak, I think, or at least nobody's talking about it. Yeah, 5-letter word. If one of the letters is green, that means that letter is just right. If it's gray, that means it's nowhere in the word. If it's yellow, that means that letter is in the word somewhere, but not in the spot that you picked it. That's basically it. I do mean that. I think it was the end of 2021 that it happened, that it got like pretty big. I would love to play first. And what do we got? Well, no, not that one. Oh god, not this either. Okay. Oh my god. Well, my opponent's also on 6 at least. I'll keep this and bottom the Bowmaster in Wastelands. I'll see what happens. Four Pitches a Days. Okay, at least the swords will be good. And the Wastelands kinda won't, but... You fucking kidding me? Ah! I'm losing it! Please, Thoughtseize my Thoughtseize. Damn, I tried. Alright. We get to cast a Stoneforge. Another reanimate deck makes me want to get Sash again, especially when I have literally nothing else going on. I am only even questioning it because we have like no white mana, but I think it's right. Kaldra does race troll. Oh, wow, there really is an insect conspiracy, huh? Okay. All right. I guess I'd rather they wasteland my waste and not... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Alright, cast all into this Bowmaster. They probably, almost certainly would have Bowmastered the Stoneforge. But that was just a push. Okay. I think I'm just swords in this before they can draw like a blue card to go with the Force of Will or something. It's nowhere close to beating it as is, so I don't think I can save it for like a better threat. I'm already losing to that. Nice. Yeah, I agree. I was having like the exact same thought and then looked over and saw Lunel agreeing. Actually, I can just wait until next turn. No reason to let them have a removal spell for that, or have a counter spell for it. And now I think this is going to be the first time I've ever activated Stoneforge and held priority to violin another Stoneforge. I don't think I've ever actually done that before. I think pretty confident this is Scam at this point and not Shadow. They reanimate a troll, and now they're going to die. Now Wasteland just in case. Yeah, that was my exact thought. Bold. This could be Brazen Bar where that we're worried about, potentially. Oh, Shieldred's Edict. That makes sense too. Alright, cool. Got him. Phew. Got a little scary at the end there, but we figured it out. Yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing I always do in this matchup. And boop. I am not going to board in Gaddock Teeg. Man, the green splash sure sucked tonight, huh? We just played against all the mostly normal decks. Eight hits. What is it other than force? Oh, Lorien. Yeah, okay. I guess that probably is better than just Thalia. Yeah, I guess that's probably just an easy exchange for the last Thalia. This hand's great. Yeah, that's kind of where I was going. Is like Thalia doesn't do as much. Also dies the Bowmaster. Yeah, I think I should just. If there is a third game, I will definitely make that swap. All right, they brainstormed into not answering the vial, which feels amazing. Oh, and a wastelands. Ugh, of course. I can sort of see that. Um, am I wasting this underground sea, or are we assuming that they have a troll or a Lorien in their hands, and that's just bait? We're definitely playing wastelands. Just a question of whether we're wasting. Yeah. All right, so wait for their draw step. Um, do I just let this mom get bowmastered or not? I think we just do nothing. Perfect. And now I don't even have to expose the land to wasteland. Oh, you wanted to like keep the vial on one? Is that what you're saying? Hmm. I don't think I would do that. And see if they wasteland us. Okay, I can see that. Um, they're just drawing all wastelands, huh? All right. I'll keep this vial on 3 for a little bit. Um, yeah, I mean, they can use a wasteland if they want to. I think I'm just holding though. I have all answers. I don't really want to expose any of them. Really just want to wait until I have like have something to pressure them with. Because I'm pretty comfortable with basically every draw step we get. There's Bowmasters. I'm holding off on Yorion because of grief. We're in a position where it's very likely that we're just going to get to put Yorion in with Vile right after we we'd have to put it into our hand and never have to actually expose it to discard. So I'm not worried about the mana going to waste. Do we just Skyclave this to block? I guess Skyclave no targets and just put a 2/2 into play. That feels kind of fine. Gives us more freedom to take this vial up. Yeah, they might have another. In which case we have to use the swords on a Bowmaster, which we really don't want to have to do. I'm just worried that we don't really have anything going on yet, but maybe I'm not as don't need to be as worried about it as I am. Yeah, I'll just let this come in. Keep this on 3 for at least one more turn. Now that is a nice draw. Okay. Murktides they can't cast. Yeah, they can't cast. Brainstorm probably fixes things. I don't really care about the Murktides with all these answers. Probably just take Bowmaster, cast Mom. This turn, if they attack, I am definitely putting in Skyclave, no targets, and blocking the... I guess probably blocking the Bowmasters and not the army. Okay, there's an island, so they're going to cast a Murktide. I guess if they're not attacking, I'll just keep Skyclave in my hands. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that that's what I should do, but I'm not going to expose the Savannah to Wasteland, so I guess we just pass here. They'll cast the another Murktide, and we can try to Judgment it. Oh yeah, we could have done that, couldn't we? Yeah, I'm goofing. True, they could have Palantir. That's a good reason to keep the Skyclave back. Oh, nice. Interesting. Bummer. Well, that's annoying. Another Skyclave, huh? I guess that's fine. We can still just cast the Vial, and then we can Bowmaster the Borrower when they cast it. I guess if they cast it. I feel like they should. I don't think it's getting any better for them. Sure. I'm just gonna let that go. Just not gonna draw lands, huh? Not that I'm complaining. The cards I'm drawing are great. So, like, I'm certainly not complaining. Just... It's interesting. Do I want to... No, I just let the mom go. It's like a frame perfect trick. That was kind of cool. I like activated my mom while I was in the graveyard. Ooh, Sanctuary for Edict probably? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that. I was thinking about it. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. That might have been right. I'm just gonna do this now so they can't draw like a dress down or something. All right. Yep. I think there's not really a way that they. Oh, they are. They were drawing Edict. There was one unknown in their hand, so it could have been. Um, no, they were drawing Edict that turn. The last card in their hand could have been a dress down, but in that sense, the order, the timing that I put this guy Cleveland doesn't really matter. As long as I do it by the end step, which means that like at least um, the borrow wouldn't have flying that turn, but that's about it. Well, anyway, that last game, it was weird. It was kind of boring. I feel like I mostly just wasn't under a lot of threat there, but we got there. Got another 4-1. The green splash basically didn't come up at all, which was kind of funny. I feel like the couple nights that I've been playing recently, the green splash would have come up. It just didn't this time. But yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah, Teeg was better than Thalia. It was like a minor upgrade. It probably is a minor upgrade against the blue-black decks because of that, but not super meaningful. Mostly in there for like combo and mostly combo is and some Zenith, and there's it's nice to be a card that's good against combo and control at the same time. But we didn't really face any of those. It's just a lot of fair decks basically. I'm probably going to play a very similar list on Sunday, and we'll see if we face any other decks. Certainly, Oof did not show. I think Oof is like pretty specialized and might just not be worth playing as a recruiter target, because you really only want it against like 2-ish decks that just aren't very popular right now. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to call it. It is midnight exactly, so we're right on time. Yeah, so for those of you who missed the update last week, for the foreseeable future, I'm also going to be streaming on Sundays. Just going to do like two shorter streams, 2 separate nights, so I don't have to go to bed so late. So I will be playing a list probably within a card or 2, if not this exact list, on Sunday as well. So we will not be doing 2 leagues on Sunday. Child, we're not doing that. That's not what I do anymore. That's not what this stream's about. But anyway, yeah, can't be too upset with a 4-1. The losses we had against Rhinos were pretty much we didn't get to play the game, and that happens sometimes against them. So anyway, that is going to be it. Let me take a quick look for anybody we might be able to raid real quick, and then I will sign off. I'll send you over to Caleb. Why not? Matt who? Oh, is that Matt Grenier? Yeah, I can chip you over to him. All right. Hope you all have a good night, and I will catch you all Sunday. Farewell.